الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين سيدنا وحبيبنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين أما بعد Alhamdulillah. The Quran and Ramadan. The Quran, Alhamdulillah, is the source and essence of all realities because it's the inimitable word of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and it is the mirror that reflects all realities. فَالْقُرْآنُ هُوَ عَيْنُ الْحَقِيقَةِ. It is the source of the haqiqah, wa-sharia, and of the sharia, and of everything. And the Ramadan is the month chosen by Allah to grant the best divine gift to humankind, which is the Quran. And it's the month that has given birth to the revelation of the Quran, the revelation of the divine light upon humankind. As Allah says in the Quran, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, شهر رمضان الذي أنزل فيه القرآن هدى للناس وبينات من الهدى والفرقان. The translation of this verse is that the month of Ramadan, شهر Ramadan, is the month in which was revealed the Quran, أنزل فيه القرآن هدى للناس, as a guidance for mankind, as a guidance for mankind. وبينات من الهدى والفرقان, and a clear proof of that guidance is that it is a furqan. It is a criterion to discern between right and wrong. This is why Ramadan and the Quran are intrinsically inseparable. And the Quran also cannot be separated from the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, which is expressly implied by the fact that Aisha radiyallahu ta'ala anha, the wife of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when asked about the Prophet, about his khuluq, his nature and his character, answered that his nature and his character was like the Quran. كَانَ خُلُقُهُ الْقُرْآنِ. So the Prophet alayhi salam, he was the Quran personified. And the month of Ramadan is also unique and special because it brings with it a distinct change in our landscape of behavior during this specific month. And if the landscape changes, it's a sign that the vehicle is moving and there is progress, alhamdulillah. So Ramadan is not like any other month. It brings with it many divine gifts, and one of the distinct manifestations that occurs in this month is the fard, the obligatory fasting during the entire month, which brings out, as one may say, the angelic part of our being. For Allah has essentially created man from two components, which are al-hiss, that is the clay or the matter part of our being, and this is our physical side. And then there is the component of ar-ruh, the spirit or the light, which is our spiritual and our angelic side. So Allah created man in this intermediary situation between the animal state, which is al-hiss, and the angelic state, which is ar-ruh. Eating and drinking, etc., is what we share with the animals. And the animals, strictly speaking, belong to the material world, so they don't have to fast. The angels, on the other hand, are spiritual beings. They belong to the world of divine lights. So they don't eat, they don't drink. But man, who is both light, ruh, and clay, must take from both these components, and he must obey them. He must obey both. So therefore, the man who does not fast breaks the balance between the physical and spiritual aspect. He breaks the balance and the harmony between the soul and the body, between his soul and body. So when we fast, what do? We suppress our animal self. That is to say, we strain our ego, our nerves, from its carnal desires, from its shahawat, which we share with the animals. And in this, there is no difference between man and the animal. But when we fast, we lean onto our angelic nature, which is the light, the ruh, so that we could feed on the light. And this is when we get to taste the angelic part of our being. Subhanallah. We don't eat, we don't drink, and in this state we are imitating the angels, the malaika, because angels don't eat and they don't drink. And there is a profound hikmah that says, al-malaikiyatu maqamun la jinsiyya. Angelism is a state and not a race. Jalaluddin Rumi, in one of his discourses, refers to man as a talisman, saying, man is both clay and light. When death comes, Allah breaks the talisman. Clay goes back to clay and light goes back to light. However, fasting does not break the talisman. It only sets it aside. And it interrupts its effect, and of course, and it postpones its hold over it. So it frees the light for a while from clay to show man the essential nature, to show man his essential nature and to make him taste this nature. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala did not create us just to eat and to drink, but rather He created us to become spiritual beings and to live a spiritual life. And this is alluded to in the Quran when Allah says, وَلَكِنْ كُونُوا رَبَّانِيِّينَ, and be you godly, be godly worshippers. And this is the state of Rabbani that has made man worthy of Khalifa, of being the vicegerent of Allah, through which man, insan, was placed above the angels. It was in front of this Khalifa al-Rabbani, that the angels made sujood, not the one who eats and drinks. No, they would make sujood to that divine spirit which they have seen within Adam alayhi salam. And we know that it is mostly because of our bodies and because of the needs of our bodies that we are tied to the world. But then again, the dunya is our element. We are created from its substance. That is why we are so easily attracted to the dunya. And so Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, in His divine wisdom, has prescribed fasting in this month as a great blessing for us. And it is then up to us to look for Allah's intention in this commandment. And we must realize that access to Ramadan is in itself an act of divine generosity, apart from everything else. It is a gift from the Beloved. Fasting, in reality, is not merely to abstain from food and drink, etc. The main objective of fasting is what? It is the purification of our soul, of our ruh, in order to have access to the divine light and the divine proximity. So when we do the true fasting of the body and of the soul, we become light. We become light, taking from the light of the Quran and the light of this sacred month. And Allah has made this month a special month, a month overflowing with generosity. And this is why we say Ramadan Kareem, which means Ramadan is generous. It gives profusely, and it gives all the time. However, Ramadan will only give us in accordance to our preparation and in accordance to our determination. As the saying goes in Arabic, على قدر الاستعداد يأتي الاستمداد. And only according to the preparation will the giving take place. So inshallah, let us not deprive ourselves from this great opportunity to gain the pleasure and nearness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The state that the world is in today with the spread of coronavirus is a state of jalal, a state by which Allah is testing the world with His divine power, with His qadr. As mu'min, as believers, we should not forget that in every jalal, in every test, in every difficulty, in every hardship, there is a jamal, there is goodness and virtue, and our Lord does only good. And as Allah says in the Quran, وَقِيلَ لِلَّذِينَ اتَّقَوْا مَاذَا أَنزَلَ رَبُّكُمْ قَالُوا خَيْرًا. And whenever the people of taqwa asked, what did your Lord send down? Meaning, what did Allah do with you today? And they would say, khayran, only good. Alhamdulillah. And to end off, as Allah says also in the Quran, لَهُ بَابٌ بَاطِنٌ فِي رَحْمَةٍ وَظَاهِرُهُ مِنْ قِبَلِهِ الْعَذَابُ. Allah has a door of which the inside is mercy and the outside is suffering. May our attachment be to the inside, for this is the quality of the believer. He holds on to what lies beyond the form. وآخر دعوانا أن الحمد